Okay, on that. All right, where is the share the screen? Has that?
It should be that green button right in the middle of your
Okay. Sorry. There you go.
Okay.
Are we
All right. I've got your screen.
Participants can now see your screen. Okay.
And I'm requesting remote control.
Do I need to check the box? I confirm that I know and trust this user.
Yes.
Remember whether I did that or not.
Okay, I have control. Okay, first of all, do you have anything open in your browser that would be sensitive?
Oh.
Okay.
Did I email open? Do I need to close it?
Yeah, that's your personal account, so just go ahead and close that.
One thing that well, maybe I can, maybe I can't. All right. Here we go. Zoom, just don't, I want to be sure. All right, I think we're good.
Okay. Okay, so I just wanted to tell you, I've noticed just in the 2 or 3 meetings we've had that you're really very efficient. I'm pretty sure it's because of your career, crunching numbers and doing finance and all that kind of stuff. But all of that stuff back then, growing up, and all in the stuff that we're doing right now, it helps you establish a strong cognitive reserve. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but building a strong cognitive reserve is really, really important at our age. And what it is, it's not your memory, not your ability to reason, but it's just channels in your brain that you use. I can't be very specific, but when you do learn things. So when you build up this kind of a cognitive reserve, that means you're going to be a lot more cognitive than most people will as they age. So that's just my weekly spiel on that. And after my other thing that I'll always mention is exponentials. So with exponential curves, you and I've talked about how they hit an incline and they go up incredibly fast. But what I haven't mentioned very much is that to begin with, they're almost flat. And sometimes they'll stay away, depending on what you're looking at, they could be that way for years. And for other things, it might be just a matter of days. Like if you wiped out all of the bacteria in your gut, it would replace itself something like 2 trillion cells in just a few days. So there's all kinds of different exponential curves. But what you're doing right now is you're just pulling together all these bits and pieces of computer technology, internet technology, soon to be artificial intelligence. And it's going to be clunky and kind of slow. But by the time you finish with this course, and maybe a few weeks beyond, everything is just going to snowball on you. And I think you're going to like what happens. So with that in mind, tell me what neuroplasticity is.
I didn't hear you. Are we back to the same old word that we've talked about before?
Yep.
It's how brain cells connect.
And what is neurogenesis?
That is the birth of brain cells.
Okay, good. Okay. So in the learning process for just about anything, when you throw a lot of stuff out there and you're trying to learn it, it's just confusing to begin with. But the most effective thing that you can do is revisit it as soon as you can. So that's why I've been trying to figure out a good way to give you some reference materials that you could review. But, the problem is, I'm going to say 2 words here: gold star. Okay, so gold star is going to be my cue during these sessions, um, where I can go to the segment that has gold star, and I can sort of create an outline for you. So whenever I see the word gold star, I'll go there and I'll know what I'm talking about, and I can give it to you as a reference. Do you understand?
Okay.
So I may be interrupting you sometimes in the middle of a sentence just to say that word. Just continue right on and don't think anything of it. The problem is this. Once, once I get the transcript, the audio transcript from the program, it takes an hour or so for it to download. Then I have to search through that hour and a half or 2 hour video through all of those topics, then go into another document, type them down, create a heading, and then type out a little synopsis of what I've already said. And in addition to that, it would be good if I included timestamps, because the audio transcripts they record the time, specific time of where we are. But that's just a tremendous amount of work. I mean, I'm talking days or a week. I'd be lucky to get it all done before our next session. The reason I'm mentioning this is because I went to ChatGPT. I turned to ChatGPT and other AI models, just like I do every day with so many things. And I want to show you something that is amazing. So in your Zoom window, I cannot actually see your Zoom window. So do you see on your taskbar, do you see the chat icon?
I know there's one on my iPhone, but I'm not
Oh,
seeing.
no, don't even look at your iPhone. Looking at your desktop
No, I'm looking and no, I don't want Copilot. Let's see. I've got a Zoom, but I don't have a Chat GPT icon on my.
No, that's the wrong chat. I'm sorry.
You want up here at the top. All right, tell me again.
Well, what you're looking for is Zoom has a chat function where you can type things, and they call it a chat uh, column. If
I think I know it's like. Did I just open it up? Rick Williams Zoom meeting.
All right, let me open it up on my own. Yes. And can you see that I've already entered a chat link that says Robert's session summaries?
Do not. All right, I must be at the wrong spot. I think I see a thing that says Zoom meeting. Let me see what more says.
Robert? Robert?
Uh-huh.
Okay. We're stumbling around, I think, on terminology. That's the problem. So first of all, in Windows, you have a taskbar at the very bottom of it.
Right.
Okay. But
Right. That's what I see where you've just typed hello, Robert.
Okay. Then before that, I sent you a message that has a link in it that says Robert's session summaries. Can you see that?
I do not see that. Swear I do not see that.
Okay.
Where would it be in that?
All right. Then, do you see, first of all, do you see the Zoom taskbar?
You're talking about the very top. It's at the very top of the page, and it says join audio, video, participants, chat, share. Is that what we're talking about?
No, not at all. I don't have any of those things in the window that I'm looking at. So in the window I'm looking at, there is in the bottom of the Zoom window, there's a taskbar with a lot of icons and words and menus and things, just similar to your Windows desktop. Try this. Hit your Alt key one time and then hit it again.
Okay. It says press Alt. All right, let's see. I do it twice. I don't see anything.
All right, when you
Is it possible that I've got the little screen, your sunset screen is minimized. Not, it's a small box up in the right hand corner.
That's okay. That's okay because it's not necessary for you to see my screen. But first of all, we've got to establish that you are within a Zoom. Hold that right there that you clicked on. You clicked on the Zoom icon. Okay. Go ahead and click on it. All right, stop right there. Now, what's happening is when you hovered over that Zoom icon, it showed you two separate windows. So hover over it again. All right, now select the window on the right.
Okay. No, cancel that. I don't want to leave meeting. I did, and I clicked on it, and all it says is window share.
All right, then click on the other window.
Okay, I did, and that's the one that's popped up.
Okay. Hmm. Okay.
What it says screen sharing control meeting controls. When
Right.
when I hover on that one.
All right. Can you enlarge that window?
This one?
Yeah.
I click when I click on it, it goes away. I don't know how to. I can't drag it. I don't know what to do. Let me try this. See, when I click on the left, it popped up in a larger fashion. When I clicked on the right one, it does not do the same thing. It goes away.
You said that you can see we'll just call it my sunset icon.
Uh-huh.
And that's up in the upper right-hand corner.
I can see that, right. Can you see it on your screen?
I do. And when don't move your mouse for just a moment. Okay.
I can see there's something behind that now.
Behind what?
Under the Zoom workplace.
Okay.
May I minimize the Zoom workplace and
Yes.
see what that is?
Uh-huh. Sure.
Oh, that's Copilot.
Right. Just close that out. Click on now stop right there just a moment. What I'm seeing in those two windows, I see the two windows that have popped up, and the one on the right says screen sharing meeting controls. Great, great. Now, do you see a long black band in the middle of that with?
I sure do.
Okay, then in the middle, don't do anything. Do you see a button that says share in the very middle?
I do.
All right, moving to the left of that, you'll see some other icons. Do you see chat?
I do, but that's the same as is at the top of the screen is what it looks to me like.
Can you click on it?
Yes, I can.
All right. Did you see your chat window come up then?
I did.
You can, okay. Then in the chat window, you see where I said, hello, Robert.
I did.
But you cannot see another message that was sent earlier than that?
Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. Just hold on. I'm gonna resend it. I think I figured out a way to do this.
The only message I have is hello, Robert. Now, there you go. It's popped up now.
All right, click on that.
Okay.
Okay, don't do anything. Don't click on anything else. That's great. I'm going to take over the controls for just a moment. Okay. So what this is, I'm trying to get it to let me scroll, but it's just not cooperating very well. There we go. So when I got together with ChatGPT, it automatically went in and chose the main topics that you and I had talked about. So disregard the yellow highlights and the red and all that. Just look at the numbers. So we talked about accessing Task Manager at the beginning.
Minimize the chat window so I can see the full notes.
You can actually just click the X in the upper right-hand corner and close it out. Make sure it's the chat window though, and not the Zoom window.
I think we're still going. We're good.
Okay. So number 2 was uninstalling programs. Can you see my mouse moving?
I don't see your mouse, but I see the note.
Okay. So I was even able to make it color the timestamps in red. Okay.
I see that.
So you can go to any point in the video that I would normally send you, and then you could scroll to these points and you could hear the video and see it. You could see it and hear it. Okay. So the other thing is that I went back and read this and I colored things in red. See what I just highlighted?
I do.
There's a color that I like in Google Docs that's called red berry. It's not exactly red, but I use it for a lot of important things. These are the things that I think you should look at in a glance that were either something that you might have been a little weak on, or either you weren't weak on it, but it was just a little vague. But the things that I highlighted in yellow are really the most important. These are the things that some of these things are just absolutely essential that you should learn. Do you remember the conversation we had about moving your cursor off of the screen to show your desktop?
I do.
All right, I want you to do that right now really quick as you can. No, You're about to erase all of that.
I don't want to do that. All right. All right, let's see. I was over here. Well, I'm not doing anything.
All right, stop. Let me ask you a question. What is it? Let's get clear on what I told you to do. What did I tell you to do? Or your understanding?
The cursor to the bottom right corner of the screen, continue drag it off.
Okay.
All right.
What? No, wait. But what I'm wanting you to do is to show your desktop. Now,
Okay.
And as long as we're on the subject, we need to get into Windows just for a moment. But I remember that you were having a little trouble enlarging windows, minimizing them, different things. I just want to show you. Let me see if I can drag this tab down here. Okay, so I drug that tab off of your Chrome browser. I'll call it the taskbar.
Okay.
It came in a window, its own window. So this document that we're looking at is no longer displayed on the on the Chrome taskbar. It's in a window of its own. That's why they call this program Windows. Okay? Because it opens windows for different things, different functions, different programs. Now you can always close a window by clicking that X right there.
All right.
See how it became red when I hovered my mouse over it? Okay. Or you can minimize it by clicking that minus sign.
All right.
Okay. Now it didn't go anywhere. It's down on the taskbar here somewhere. And usually it's in the Chrome. There it is. So since these were two different Chrome windows, now your icon has changed to display two different windows. So you can click on one, and that's the original one we're in, but hold your left mouse key, hover over the zoom icon on your taskbar. And now, no, wait a minute, something's wrong. I told you wrong. Don't hover over the zoom. I'm sorry. Hover, whatever the word is, over your Chrome icon. Okay, great. Now select,
Go. Yeah.
and select the window with all the text that we were looking at. Okay, great. Now you full well know what windows are and how they work, right? You got that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim. Yeah.
So you can do it with.
But I'm still stuck on that additional task, moving the mouse to the bottom right.
Yeah. I'm going to get back to that. But
Okay.
first, I want you to put this window back where it was. So if you drag it back up there, it will seat itself back on Chrome. Great. Okay. Now, let me have the mouse for just a moment. I'm just going to minimize this entire browser window.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're back at your desktop. So your desktop is also a window. Okay, it's just a full frame window that you cannot shrink or minimize. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Okay, but there is a universal name for this window that is called your desktop. So if I ever, or anybody else ever ask you to go to your desktop or something about your desktop, you'll know it's your home screen. That's the same thing. Those are the two same things. Okay. Now, when there are times, as we experienced last week and we are today somewhat, when it may be difficult to get back to your home screen. And what I was trying to explain was that in those times, if you drag your mouse down in the area of your right bottom corner of whatever your window you're in, and then continue on out of that window and click your key, it will take you to your desktop. So go ahead and try that.
Yeah. Do I right click, left click, or anything?
All right,
Don't do that.
don't do anything. Don't do anything. First of all, forget about clicking. can you see my mouse?
I do. It's use the cursor, you mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I call it mouse. You're exactly right. It's the cursor. So as you drag your cursor toward that window, everything's fine. But when you continue past that corner, it disappears. See how the cursor disappeared?
Yeah, I mean, I get you. I'm there.
Okay. So if you do that, don't do it yet, but if you do that until it disappears, and then whenever I say click your mouse, that always means click your left mouse button. That's your main button that you use for almost everything.
Right.
Anything else, I will tell you it's the right mouse click, but go ahead and try that now to get to your home screen.
I did not click, and nothing happened.
All right. Wait a second, Robert. Don't move your mouse. It looks to me like you're stopping at the corner, at the edge of the corner. But what you should do is as you approach the corner, keep dragging it as if the window were bigger beyond the corner, and it will disappear. It'll do it right away. As soon as you get out of that window, it's going to disappear. But, and then click your mouse button. No, stop. For some reason, you're moving the scroll bar. Your scroll bar is over here on the right side. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see
And
it.
I think I know what's happening. Anytime you click in the channel of a scroll bar, it moves the scroll bar to wherever you're clicking at. Okay, so you need to drag that mouse emphatically way off of the screen.
Oh, let me rearrange my desk and move my mouse pad over some. All right, let's see. Where to go here? All right, let's give this a go. Yeah, I don't understand. I'm moving my mouse, but it seems like the cursor is stopping I don't understand it because it seems like that mouse is stopping or the cursor is, see when I pull it over.
If you,
I don't know why it's stopping.
okay, let me have the mouse just a moment.
All right.
So
Do you have it?
I have it. So if you move your cursor in a diagonal direction, do you see it moving now?
No, I'm not seeing it.
You can't see my mouse, my cursor?
Can't see either.
Well, you were seeing it shortly a while ago.
There it is. I see it now.
Okay. So if you move your cursor in a diagonal direction, do you see where it is right now?
Yes.
All right. You don't want to stop there. What you want to do is continue in that diagonal direction as if pretend the window was twice as large, and you would go beyond that point down there. Once you think you're like an inch or two off, then click your left mouse button.
Okay. You do it and show me and see so I'm beginning to be skeptical that it even works.
I don't think I can do it. Yeah, no, I showed my own desktop. I don't think I can do it on remote control, but give me just a moment.
Help me.
I'm screwing this up big time.
Well, for this, if you had asked me to do that, I would hit the minimize button.
Well, But what I'm trying to show you is in situations where things may not work, you should be able to do this. And really, Robert, this is something that you should know, regardless if you know how to use anything else. You really need to know this. Now, it may be because of the zoom control, but I want to try just one little variation. I want you just to click on that document that's open at any place.
You talking about, all right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now try dragging your cursor off the screen, bottom right, and click it. Ah, okay. Now put it back. Put that window back.
All right, let me find it.
All right. Now I want you to go to your desktop.
Try this and work.
All right. Okay. Now put that window back. All right. Now go to your desktop. Okay. Stop. Stop. Don't move your mouse. It seems like when I say go to your desktop, your mouse is going several different places. And I mean, it's almost like you're kind of trying to decide where to put your cursor. That's not what you should do. You see my cursor over here on the left side of the screen?
No, I do that. Yes, I do.
Okay. So it doesn't matter if your cursor is over here, or if it's way over to the right, or if it's down here. Doesn't matter where it is. All you need to do is just move it to the right-hand corner, go off the screen and click. Bam, bam. So one problem we're having is for you to see my cursor, I have to click on the document because I see just a representation of the cursor on my end. So I think you may have to do that. And what I'm saying is that when we relinquish control of each other, we have to click on the screen to get our mouse to work. So all you need to do is click on that document and then go to your desktop. Okay.
Here's what I was doing wrong. I was trying to go off of it on the right hand side, but instead of going down, that's what I was doing wrong.
Okay. Put it back. Now go to your desktop.
My desktop. Whoops, I do that every time.
And what are you doing? Are you holding your mouse button down?
I hit the mouse button.
Okay, hold on, stop. So when you do that, you run the risk, let me have the mouse, of inadvertently dragging across text. And the next thing you know, you're going to hit a key and erase the whole dadgum thing. For some reason, my keyboard's not working. I'm trying to erase that. All right. Hit any key on your keyboard.
Okay.
I don't think your keyboard's working. I think it's because I have control. So click your mouse one time. Okay. Now select any amount of text. Or what? Okay. Now hit any key. Hit any key.
I hit L.
Hit your backspace key.
I have experienced what you're describing about accidentally highlighting something and then hitting a key and it's deleting.
Yep.
I know. I've experienced what you said.
Okay. I don't know why it's not doing it now, but it was the remedy of that I was going to show you. If you delete something accidentally in a Google document and in many other documents on the internet, if you just hit Ctrl+Z, if you hold your Control key down and hit Z, it will revert back to the previous state. So try to highlight part of a sentence, just a few words, and see if you can delete it.
Let's see. That too much?
No, just delete it.
I hit backspace, delete. I don't know. Just doesn't seem to be.
Do you have your number lock key on?
I'm not saying that I don't, not intentionally.
Well, just tap it one time and see if you can delete.
I'm searching for it.
It would be on your numerical keypad, usually on the right side of your keyboard.
Yeah. Unlock. All right, I did it one time.
Hit your backspace key. Okay, if it didn't delete that, then just put your number key back on, your number lock key. Let's just move on from this. You know what? I think I figured out what it is. I think I have figured this out. This is because you probably don't have editing rights to this document on your computer. Okay, what I want you to do is hit Ctrl+A.
Okay.
And now hit Ctrl+C.
Okay.
Now I want you to open another browser tab.
Well, because the browser, I was trying to get.
No, close that out. Close that window out. Let me have the mouse. Okay, so this, can you see my mouse?
I do.
So this circular icon here, this is your Chrome browser icon. Okay, so just to interject a little bit of different stuff here, this is called a browser window. Okay, this is your search window. So it's two different things. One is a browser and one is a search engine. That's just something general stuff to know. So open up another tab.
All right, to open up another tab, what I typically would do would just be go to Chrome. I had two Chrome icons. I go to the other Chrome icon.
No. Can you see my mouse?
I do.
So this is a tab.
Right.
And that's a tab. Okay.
Right.
And that's a tab. Okay. So now, see this plus symbol here?
All right, what I see here over is participants, the number of participants.
All right. You see that tab?
See, your toolbar is over that. It has that block. That it's the black toolbar.
My toolbar or your toolbar?
It's the Zoom
Okay.
toolbar.
All right, then hit your Alt key just one time.
Oh. Okay.
Did it go away?
Did not.
Okay. This is another one of those Zoom mysteries.
But what you're saying is go to the next tab over to the right and click on it. But where it says Robert Session Summaries, that if I just go over to the right, there'll be another tab I can click on.
Yeah, do that.
Well, I can't see because of this black screen. All right, let's see. It's not letting me do it.
Does that make a difference what I just did?
It just downsized the Zoom screen, but it did not. All right, let's see.
Wait, let me
Yeah.
have the mouse. All right. So you can only see, you can't see all of your browser windows. It's being blocked by a Zoom window.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to close one of these windows out. Okay. Now what do you see?
See the Roberts session summaries full screen.
All right, that's called it's called a tab. Okay.
Okay, I see the tab, and I still have your little sunset deal.
Okay, but to the left of the tab, do you see your email tab?
No, I see Zoom video.
Okay, click on that tab. Okay.
All right, that takes me back to the email.
All right. Yeah, that's actually that new email account that we opened up. So now click back on.
Smile.
Oh, yeah, right. It should be actually. That's correct. All right, so click on Robert's session summaries again. All right. Now to the right of that tab, do you see a plus symbol? Okay. You've just opened another tab.
Okay.
All right, close it out. Close out that tab.
All right, let's see if I can do it. Whoops, they got it up.
All right, Robert, stop. Stop. In that tab, do you see the name of the tab as being search?
Dude,
Okay. Do you see an X, a black X on that tab?
top right hand corner.
Yes, don't click it yet. Just know that in Windows and really Apple products, just almost every computer, if you ever see that black X somewhere, that means that's what you click to close something out. Okay? All right, click that X. I think you clicked the entire screen out. Hold on. Hold on. Let me have the cursor just a moment.
Okay.
All right. You did. You closed out all the tabs, but that's okay. That's okay. Watch what I'm doing. I'm going to these three dots and I'm going down to settings. These are your Chrome browser settings. And I'm looking for history, which I don't see. So okay, here's history up here. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. So your history tab is always going to be here on these three. If you click those three dots, a lot of different things, settings, but your history tab is there. And you can go over here and it is showing a selection for three tabs and then restore window. So if we click on that, there's the tabs back. Now, just to make sure, I'm just going to look on that Google document. Great. Okay. So now that tab that is open, the blank one, close it out.
I'm making a note.
What?
I was making a note.
Oh,
Right now. Sorry, what do I need to do?
close out that window. No, wait a minute. No, don't close out the entire window. Just close out that tab, just the tab.
All right, I'm not having success.
Okay, stop and stop. Let me show you something. Can you see my cursor?
I do.
All right. Can you see this X in the upper right-hand corner that turned red?
That's the one I clicked on a few minutes ago.
Right.
And it closed out everything.
That's right. You don't want to click on that because that closes the Chrome browser. Okay.
Okay.
What I want you to close out is this tab that says search. Now, the only reason it says search is because it puts the name of whatever website you're at. So if we type in ebay.com, Now you'll see that the name of the tab has changed to Electronics, Cars, Fashion. See that?
I do, but remember the black toolbar is over that tab, so I can't see the tab.
You can't see the other tab that says Robert Session.
Yeah, I see Robert Sessions, but then I don't see any more tabs because it's under that toolbar, the black toolbar.
And you keep calling it a toolbar. What is it a toolbar with?
You remember when we started down here, when I hovered over this, we had two deals, we had two screens,
Yeah,
and there was a black bar in the middle of this screen right here.
yeah. That's what you're calling the toolbar?
That's
Okay.
except being here, it's at the top there, or the tab ought to be.
Okay.
Or the tab you're
Okay.
describing.
That's just your Zoom toolbar. Just like you have a Windows toolbar or taskbar, that's your Zoom, but you should be able to drag that to another location.
I'm not having any success. Well, wait a minute. There it goes. Now I'm with you. Now I got you. I
Okay.
drug it up a bit.
All right, close out that window.
Now I can. The window or the tab?
The tab. I call them windows, but you're right. You're correct. Okay.
There you go.
Now show me your desktop.
Showed me. I'm gonna try this again.
You're a smart aleck. You're not supposed to be this quick with this. You're supposed to be fumbling all over the screen and cussing. Okay. Restore the window, the Chrome window.
Restore the window.
Okay. Open another tab.
Open another tab.
Okay. Now in the URL bar, I want you to type DOCS.
Docs. All right.
And hit enter. All right, now stop right there. You see what it filled in for you? Docs.google.com.
Yeah, I see recent docs right there.
Right. This is the Google Docs page. We have a tool bookmark that I put for you right here, right there, but you don't really need it because you can always.
Google Docs bookmark. Show me that again.
Okay, let me just close this out. Now, to be clear, we're in the Chrome browser. You with me on that?
Yes.
Okay. This address line is also called the URL bar. Okay. There's another bar beneath it that my mouse, and there's a tab, another tab on it. Just like these tabs up here, but it's actually called a bookmark.
Right.
So I put this one up here. So click on it. Click on that tab.
Son of a gun.
Okay. Now you see the one that says blank document?
I do.
Click it.
All right, I'm making notes as well. I'm dragging. All right, there you go.
You probably don't need those notes because I'm going to show you that you already have everything in these session notes that I made it for you, but whatever. Hit Ctrl+V. V is in Victor.
As in Victor?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Look what you did. Tell me what you did.
It was paste, right?
That's
Control-V
right.
paste.
That's right. Now, let me have the mouse for just a moment. Okay. So now I'm just going to highlight this word physical, and I'm going to hit delete. Voila. Now, hit Ctrl+Z.
There she be.
Now, if you hit any key, it's going to erase physical. So click anywhere in a blank space to unhighlight physical. There you go. Okay.
Just a second. All right. So if we restore physical, and if I start typing any key, physical will be deleted, unless I click on a blank spot first.
Anytime you have anything highlighted, like earlier you were making a mistake in dragging your mouse and highlighting all that stuff. Now
Right.
hit, I'm going to hit one key.
Okay.
See, it erased all that? Now just hit Ctrl+Z. Now, that is still subject to being erased. But if you click on a white space where there is no text, it will deselect. There you go. Now it's deselected. Okay. Now, do you see where the title of the document is that says Untitled Document? In the upper. Okay.
No, yes, I do. I see that. I found it.
Okay. Give me just a second here. Okay. So what I want you to do is just click on that title one time.
Click on the untitled document.
No, click where you see Untitled Document. That's the name of the document. So if you click on it, it's going to highlight it where you can erase it and give it another name.
All right, that's where you name it. Okay.
Go ahead and click on it. Stop right there. Now, I want you to type your name.
In the highlighted area?
Listen, stop, yes, whenever you type, it doesn't matter. If you see that blue, if you see something blue, you don't have to worry about going there and deleting it. It's going to be deleted. Okay, so type Robert 'S. Correct that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Capitalize just for the sake of this being a title. It doesn't really matter, but type session summaries, plural. And I want you to type a space, then a dash, and another space. And I want you to type RM copy. Excellent. Okay. Now click anywhere outside of that box. Okay. So the reason that I've done this is so that you can have your own copy of this in your Google Drive.
Yeah.
So I've got a copy, but you might want to come in and highlight some other things. For example, if you see something that you think is important, you could highlight it like this. And then if you go to the background color, see this marker right here that says highlight color? All right. If you click on that, you have all kinds of colors that you can select. And there's your own personal highlight. All right. Or
Now, I did not know how to highlight. I know how to underline, bold, and so forth, but I never used a highlighter.
Okay. So you can even highlight something that's already highlighted and then go to the highlighter icon and select none. Now, notice that it's still selected, so click anywhere to deselect. Okay, now what I want you to do is hit Ctrl+Z one time and click away from that. I want you to hit Ctrl+Z again and click away from that. Okay, so you see it erased the green highlight, and I mean the whatever that was, and then the second highlight, it also erased that, right?
I see that. How many steps will it go back?
Doesn't matter. It's cumulative. It'll go back till the beginning of time.
Okay.
Hit Ctrl+Y. The letter Y is in yesterday. Now hit Ctrl+Y once again. Now click outside of that. Okay, so you can hit Ctrl+Y once again. Okay, so you can think of Ctrl+Z and Ctrl+Y as a back and forth button for steps history. Okay, are you with me?
I'm with you. I was just trying to. All right, it's escaped me. The smartphones used in remote African villages is highlighted. How do I unhighlight that?
All right. First of all, stop moving your mouse because your mouse is not necessary.
That's just nervousness.
Right. And everybody does that. But this is an operation that does not require the mouse. So hold the Control key down and hit the letter Z.
Too hard?
I don't know why it went to the end. I think you might have hit the end key. Just scroll on back up. Okay. All right. So, mhm. All right, we're back to where we start. I want to move on. Do you know what rich text formatting is?
I didn't hear you. Rich, what is it?
Rich text formatting.
Do not.
Okay. These controls here form the feature called rich text formatting. Just bold, italic, underline, font color, and highlighting. There are some. Go to your desktop. Bam, should be done.
I didn't. So what did you do?
I didn't do anything. I'm just telling you to go to your desktop.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I did that. All right. And I did. All right. I didn't. I'm not getting down far enough. Well,
Okay. Okay. So the reason I asked you to come down there is I was thinking we had a notepad icon on your desktop, but we don't.
we talked about that the other day, but I don't. I was thinking we did too, but I guess we didn't get one. Are you sure? I'm thinking we did.
Well,
What is that?
we put WordPad, which is this,
Right.
and this also has rich formatting abilities. But I wanted to show you the other notebook, which I know is here. So I'm just going to hit your Windows key. Not letting me do it. Okay. So this notepad, which is called Notepad, plus
Original, right?
right, but it's I'm just trying to type some gibberish. Okay. So this is a text coding application. So if you click on File and Save As, well,
So I can save it just like any other file.
well, you can, but there's a major difference. If you click on Save, there we go. Then in this window, in the window above, you can give it a name or whatever you want to call it. But if you click on this window here that says Save as Type, no, this one is operating differently than my older version. So hang on. Something is just not right here. This is not the notepad that I was thinking it is. Hit your Windows button on your keypad.
Oh, on the keypad. There you go.
Okay. All right. Hold on just a moment. I'm not seeing that in there. Okay. Don't worry
I
about it.
see. Hey, is that what you're looking for? Is that the one you already clicked
I
on?
think that's the one that I already clicked on. Yeah, this is some Microsoft spamware. This is Microsoft trying to force their product on you. We're just going to leave this and come back to it on another time. Okay. Reinstate that window, the previous Chrome window. All right, go to your desktop.
All right, buddy.
All right, go open Chrome again. Go to your desktop. Open Chrome again. And stop. Now, first of all, stop thinking with your mouse. Okay, see my mouse? Can you see it? All right, so that's me thinking with my mouse. Okay, I need you to be reflexive. And if I ever say go to your desktop, you immediately start dragging that mouse to the bottom right-hand corner and off the screen. And then you click your left mouse key. Go ahead and try that. Go to your desktop. Bingo. So you didn't click until you were off that screen.
I'm beginning to practice enough now to where it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not clicking. It's like I'm a nervous smoker or something here.
Yeah, understandably. Now go back to the previous window.
There you
go. Okay. Now, I think I have explained everything that you need to know about this, but when we're through today, if you can come back tonight or sometime before the next meeting and review these things, read these yellow highlights, that will make a very big difference in how we move forward. Okay.
Okay.
So for example, this information about File Explorer, this is similar to the stuff that I've been teaching you about Chrome. Okay. Now, so what this is, Robert, these are notes that have been created from our entire session. See this over here?
I do.
Session 3, that was our third, today's our 4th session. So, and I've got your date here. And these are notes that I've created with headings. Everything that we discussed is in just these 2 pages.
Did you, a while ago, you mentioned ChatGPT. You did all this work yourself, or did ChatGPT help you with something?
We collaborated on it.
Okay.
That's the truth. But it was their suggestion. It just occurred to me last night that I need to quit knocking myself out on this because GPT probably has a solution. And they just knocked it out of the park. So I'm going to show you the coolest thing you've ever seen in just a minute. But just to finish up with this, these 6 headings were all that it could find in that entire hour and a half. But most of that was just about Zoom, getting Zoom to work. So they're right. Okay. So that's not much for you to review. So here's the coolest thing you've ever seen. You see this link that says link to the Zoom video?
I do.
Click it. Okay. Stop. Let me have the mouse.
You got.
All right. First of all, we'll open it in full screen, but I'm going to close it out immediately just to show you something. when you click one time on a link, all you have to do is click one time on what falls down there below. That's all you have to do to open the video. So try that. Okay, now expand that full screen. Okay, stop. Okay, stop. Let me have the mouse. Okay, so this is the Zoom recording. Zoom records everything that we do, both visually and the sound. So when you click play, there's no sound because there was no sound in the early part of the meeting. We had trouble getting it configured. But if you can click on a Zoom timeline, I mean, a YouTube timeline to advance the play. Okay, so, okay. So you can hear that now?
I do.
Okay, so great. We've got that entire meeting, and you can go back here and you see these times here.
I do.
So all you have to do, if you wanted to find how to uninstall a program, is you just go to this Zoom meeting and you painstakingly try to position this on 18 minutes. Okay, it's only going to take you half an hour to do that.
Yeah, I laugh because I've worked on this before.
Okay, here's the coolest thing in the universe. Every YouTube video in the YouTube universe has a description beneath it. See, video chapters and key lessons. Okay, the more button expands the description. So just click on that more button. Now scroll down. All that is the headings from that document. Okay.
There you be.
Well, yeah, but look down at further down. Let's look at external drives number 6. You see it? Now click on that timestamp. Nope. Go back down. Don't do that. Go back down to the description. Do you see the timestamp? Click it.
I did.
Now, do you see what happened?
I hear the video. It moved it to 55 minutes or whatever it was, right?
That's right.
You're right. That's slick as what is it? Sliced bread.
Right. And so you're not going to have to, I mean, the other document will be helpful to you because you can use it for different things. You can make notes. If there's something that you really think is important, you can not only highlight it.
Okay, that video is still running in the background.
Okay. Stop it.
All right, let's see. If I, yeah, that's what I want to do. All right. There you go.
All right. But just to be clear, you did not have to close out that tab. All you had to do was just click on the tab and then stop the YouTube video.
Okay, so, all right.
All right, I'll come back.
I follow what you're saying. Functionally, but with my eyesight, it was hard to see.
Okay. So what I was trying to show you, one of the reasons for keeping this script notes is that there's a million different things you can do. In addition to highlighting text, you see this plus button right here?
Right.
That increases or decreases the size of the font. So, for example, you could change that highlight color, we will say to beige, okay? And then you can hit that plus symbol to make it however big you want it.
Just makes what's highlighted there.
That's right. That's exactly right.
All right, if that sentence and a half or two sentences, whatever it is, if that's all the same highlight and you do that, it makes everything that's highlighted bigger.
Anything that is highlighted is affected by your rich text formatting. Okay, so you can, let's just look at a couple of them. You can make it italics. You can unbold it by clicking on the bold sign again, and it is unbolded. I'll put it back on bold. You can underline it, and you can change the font by clicking this window over here, and you have about 30 fonts. And if you don't like that font, it is still selected. You can just go pick another font.
Half of it, I have no clue what you mean, but I got you.
You don't know what I mean by font, F-O-N-T?
I don't know what comfortable or whatever that was. That list of fonts.
Yeah, that's just the name of a font.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I've never heard of a Merriweather font, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, you'll get accustomed to these, but you can see what they look like in the menu.
Right.
So if you wanted one that is, script like writing, then you could just pick one that looks something like writing, and it's like that. But the reason these are really good is that I'm just going to unitalicize that and make it.
Now, could I hit? All right, I could do. All right, Z is return. So could I just do Ctrl+Z, Ctrl+Z until we get back to the beginning?
You absolutely can, but don't do that right just yet. I'm just going to make this a little bigger. Tell me why I'm doing this.
Other than just to make it more noticeable, I don't know.
No, it's because I enjoy being a smartass. Okay, because I have spent an hour teaching you how to drag your mouse off the keyboard, off the screen.
Yeah. And I do appreciate that.
Okay. All right. You can undo that later.
Okay.
Let's go back to YouTube really quickly. So take me back there.
To further YouTube. All right. Well, what you got? Can't tell them.
And make it full screen.
Well, backseat. There you go.
Okay. So click in the menu down below and select any topic.
In the menu, all right, now I'm lost.
You remember the menu that I showed you where you can, the table of contents, I'm sorry. It's not a menu, it's the table of contents.
No, you talking about over here?
No, no. I mean, for this is a 2-hour video. Okay. And let me have the mouse just a moment. And when I created these headings, these are called headings. Okay.
All right.
Then when I uploaded the video to YouTube, and then I pasted these headings, just the headings.
All right, hold on a minute. We got this thing going in the background. Can we stop it?
Let me go back there. Okay. So when I uploaded the video, I went into the description and pasted the table of contents with timestamps.
Right.
And the way they work, of course, is you can click on any of them and it takes you there. Okay. But this is what you really need to know, Robert, is to click on that more button. All right, just click on the more button.
I'm not, where's the more button? I'm not seeing it.
Okay. Let me have the mouse.
You got it?
So on YouTube, underneath the title of the video, then you have the description of what's in the video.
Okay, all right. I see. I'm seeing you now.
Okay. So on this video, if you still use Windows 10, you should do this now. That's the title. If you scroll down, there is the description that tells you what this video is about. Okay. To expand the description, you click on more.
Okay.
And there is her or whoever did this description. And they put different links in here that will take you to other places that have things to do with the video.
Things for sale.
Well, not necessarily. It might be just informative things that would help you understand. But we will have a session, partial session on YouTube, and I'll show you more about it. This guy right here, by the way, is really good. So his channel is called Ask Leo. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm making a note.
Oh, you can, whatever. Anyway, he's our age, and he makes a lot of videos for baby boomers having to do with computers and technology. So in any YouTube video, you can go to the channel. You see his channel here?
Actually,
If you just click on it, then that takes you to his own channel, they call it. And there will be 1 million videos that he has in here on computers. Okay. Now, let me go back. You can subscribe to his channel. See the subscribe button?
I do.
Go ahead and click it. Okay. So now you're a subscriber to his channel. There's no cost. There's never a fee. But what that means is in your YouTube feed, in your main YouTube feed,
Right.
if I can get it to work here, then in these suggested videos, sooner or later, his videos will begin, some of them will begin to pop up. Okay.
Yeah, and if I click on it twice, he'll be there forever.
That's right. But you can remedy that by just going to his channel again and clicking unsubscribe, and you're off of it. And
Okay.
and then you can, of course, you can click on your subscriptions wherever they are. They're somewhere. Anyway, that'll tell you all the channels that you're subscribed to. Okay. Okay. Anything you want to ask me before we move on? Or if you need to go, are you pinched?
No, let's begin to wrap up for the day.
Okay. We'll restart with Google Drive and a little more on Chrome, but I want to revisit ChatGPT.
Okay.
So I've just typed in the website openai.com. And now we need to log in.
Okay, we did. thinking, did we do an icon? Maybe we didn't. On this. All right, let me ask you, is ChatGPT a subsidiary of OpenAI?
OpenAI is a massively large worldwide company now. And the thing that made it that way was the software called ChatGPT that it released 2 years ago. So yeah, yes. But there, many people use them almost as synonymous. I'm not sure why it's not letting me click the login button. See if you can do that.
Where's login?
Its logins are always going to be right in the middle of your face, or they're going to be off in one of the corners.
All right, I'm still not seeing.
Look in your upper right-hand corner.
All right, let me drag this bad boy back. Well, I know, right there it should be. All right, there's login.
All right, expand that Chrome window.
But it's do that logins hidden behind your sunset thing.
It's not bringing up a login window. Let me have them.
Well, it's behind your sunset screen.
Well, I mean, I'm both seeing and controlling your computer. Let me just.
See, there's the login.
Okay, it's gonna let us log in this time, I think. Well. Oh, I see the problem. They have 3 different products now, so you have to select the product. That's my fault. Okay, so we're just going to
ChatGPT, is that right?
right, and it's already got you signed in. Okay, but I need to get the username and password for this account because this is an account that I intended for us to share just for the duration of the course. So do you have those written down?
Look at my notes. I don't think so. Is there any way to find it?
Maybe.
Right here, I found my notes. But I don't have any username or password. Oh, right here. I'm sorry, I do. You ready?
Yep.
The username is Wildcat4891
At Gmail. Right?
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't have that Gmail, but I guess that's right.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Yeah, at Gmail. It's new. I'm with you now. Yes. All right. You ready for the password?
Yep.
Password. E small letter K capital Y 584 exclamation point exclamation point.
So that was EKY58, the number 8 for exclamation exclamation.
Right. And K is a small letter.
Right. Which normally it doesn't matter, but it does in this case with this sign in. So what I want to do is log out. Okay. Now I want you to see if you can log in with those credentials.
All right, let me look at this. WILD.
Oh, stop. You see how that popped up right there? Yeah.
Yeah, popped up for me.
Yep. Just click on that. And see how it filled your password? Or no, it stopped. Stop. Let me have the mouse just a moment.
All right.
There's the problem. There's the password is blue egg 51873. Okay. Because I couldn't get into this earlier. I'm writing this down. Blue eggs.
Which are we going to use?
Oh, well, I think it had.
One.
You can't use both of them. So,
All right. Well, I'm going to scratch through what I had. Write down blue egg. Blue egg. It went away. What was the number on blue egg?
it's 51873.
51872.
51873.
Okay.
This is your account, your Gmail account.
That's right. All right. Hold on a minute. Yeah, you switched them over. Okay.
Right, but we need the Gmail account for this account. So hang on just a moment. There we go. Okay.
Wait, just a minute. I was looking at my notes. All right, you went into the Wildcat account. Where are you?
Well, all I did to get to that new Gmail account, you're signed into the Google account now, the new account. So
Right.
whenever you open a mail program, it's going to be in that account. So all I did was type mail, MAIL, and it filled in .google.com, and now we're in. So let me just close this out, and good. Okay, so here's the code that it was asking for.
Okay.
I'm just going to copy that.
Ctrl+C. Okay.
And now just go back to the other tab, the OpenAI tab.
You didn't want me to use the mouse, did you?
Well, that's okay. That's okay. Go ahead and click continue. Okay, so I thought it was going to have some some conversations from the other day, but I may have deleted them. So yeah.
How many days has it been? Has it been more than 7?
Yes, but it doesn't matter. It'll keep them going back for a long time. So this is one that we did. Let's think of another one. Tell me something that you don't know.
All right, what's the age of our current vice president?
No, don't do that. I want something more compelling than that would require follow-up.
Computer related?
I want you to type in, no, it doesn't have to be computer related. Type in what was Fort Ticonderoga.
You have to help me out to spell that for me.
I don't know. I don't know how to spell it. I think it's Tiorongada.
All right, it's Ticonderoga. What about, let's do Fort Blakely.
No, do Fort best you can spell. I want to show you something. Spell it as best as you can.
All right, there you
No,
go.
oh, no, not Blakely. Don't put Blakely.
Yeah.
Just Robert. Yeah, that's Doga, Doga. Not a K, but a D. Okay, hit enter.
There you go.
Okay. Now, you see the down arrow above the chat box?
She did. I do, yes.
Click it. All right. It's taking you to the bottom. Expand that whole Chrome window. Okay. Now scroll. Now, in order to scroll, don't do it. Take your hand off the mouse. There's two ways you can do it. You can go to this scroll bar and drag it, or you can just move the wheel on your mouse. So just there you go. Okay. So what I want to point out to you is that it knew, even with that awful spelling, it knew what you were talking about. Okay.
Yeah, if you get close enough, it'll find it for you.
Right. Or it might give you options on something else that had a similar sound. So notice what it did. Historical importance, why it mattered. Um, built by the French. Let's just scan this. Built by the French, defended against kind of captured by the British in 1759. So the earliest date we're seeing is 1755, 1775. So I'm wondering okay, there's an answer to my question. It was built 1754 to 1763. It says during the French and Indian War. Type in there what Indians and why was there a war? All right, scroll so we can read more of that. Fur trade, farming, transportation. Okay.
That's with the French. Yeah,
Do you notice anything peculiar about this document?
it's got the thumbtack things. See that?
No, I'm talking about what it's saying about this war. It's the way it strikes me. Let me type a question here, and just to give you an idea. So I like what they let off with. And the reason I looked at it from this angle is just what we've been studying about in the roundtable for months now. Power, land, wealth, global influence, things like that. those things all influenced religion. And so you see where I'm going.
It was the lives of the people at the time. And people, what is in their lives affects their thinking and their faith.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know about you, but things that have happened in my life have influenced my faith.
Absolutely.
Things have happened in my life that have caused me to think about and reconsider my faith and be more honed in on it more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm totally in alignment with what you're thinking. And I had something, we're getting off the subject here, but something happened this week that I thought I might bring this up before the roundtable, and I've decided against it. But I felt just a couple of days ago, I felt God's love. There is no other way to put it. And it's not that I haven't felt God's love before. Not at all. But there was just a moment. It didn't have anything to do with anything. I wasn't feeling bad or depressed or anything like that. But I just got to thinking about my past. And when I was a kid, of all things, when I was a young kid, and I was thinking about my older brother and my parents. And, I said, Rick, back in that time, he gave you those parents for a reason. In the profile of who they were and the kind of the people that they were, and then the kind of a brother that I had, the older brother. And I said, he knew the future, and he knew your future. And when he did those things for you, he did it out of love, and so you could have a better life. So it's funny, Robert, we experience things like that we think are so meaningful, but other people just kind of scratch their head at it.
I understand exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, the point of this is that it's good to dig into these things. I don't care if it's this or how to replace a lug on a car, how to cut your grass, how to cook something, is to engage this AI. And because it does what we want to happen, it causes us to use our brain and build more brain cells and just become more cognitively sharp. So what I would like for you to do, if you will do this, is start doing at least 2 questions with ChatGPT every day and do a follow-up question of some kind. It doesn't matter what it is. Just go through your day, and if something pops into your mind that you don't understand or don't completely understand, something that you might have taken for granted all your life and thought you knew, or something new that just, um, about 2 weeks ago, I heard a pop inside my toilet. Have I told you this story?
No, not that I remember.
Yeah, I heard pop, bam, her water spewing. I took the lid off of it, and something was just spewing water like crazy in one of my toilets. And I just, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know how the inside of a toilet works. That's not my. So I took a picture of it, and you see this plus symbol right here?
I do.
So you can upload photos or files. If you don't figure out how to do that, I can show you how to do that. Take one on your phone, download it to computer. And I just took a picture of it, and he said, well, you've got your overflow valve has busted and you need to replace it. And then it told me, listen to this, there's a store that's only about 3 miles from you, Ace Hardware, that should have this model in, and it gave me a link and an image to the part. I took it down there, bought the part. It took me 2 hours to replace that part, but it walked me through every step of the way, and it's worked perfectly ever since then.
Saved you about $150 if you had to hire a plumber to come in.
Really, I was thinking more like $350.
Well, likely.
Yeah. So anyway, if you're up to the challenge, just take enough time to put a couple of questions to ChatGPT.
I want to do that because this fascinates me. And your question, I remember when you asked the Ticonderoga question.
Mhm.
My whatever grandpa was actually captured during the Revolutionary War and taken to Fort Detroit.
Hmm.
And it used to be in Canada. It's now, of course, at the time it was in Canada. But that's going to be one of my questions.
That's right. The reason I brought this up, my significant other, if I've ever had one, is a girl that I dated 42 years ago. She's the one that I should have married. I tell everybody. And she lives in Birmingham. We've stayed in touch, and she's my best friend of all my lifetime friends. And she's real big with her local chapter of the DAR. And
Right.
she did a speech on this to one of their chapters with this specific thing about this fort. And I mentioned to her about you and your great, great, 7 times great grandfather. I told her I thought it was Corporal or General Lafitte. And what I could remember was that after the war ended, that the commander, Captain Lafitte, whatever his name was, Lafayette, right. They were handing out land grants like crazy, and your great great grandfather was either a drummer or a piccolo player. Yeah, and he got one of the land grants. So then she had sent me this thing before that on Fort Trump, whatever it is. But I told her about you at that time. I'm gonna leave you with one last question real quick. Okay, so you can read this later, but he was one of the good guys to begin with before he became the historic figure of a traitor.
I don't know if I've watched a documentary or I've read a book or something, but I remember, as you talk about that, I remember that he didn't start out to be the bad boy. And he was, at one point, wasn't he a fair-haired, blue-eyed boy for General Washington?
I don't know, but I remember Shirley saying that he wasn't particularly well liked for that very reason. He was just a little the guys at Fort Ticonderoga in that area, they were called the Green Mountain Boys.
Yeah.
And he had some inside information about the British. Not British outnumbered them for a big battle that was coming up, but he had inside information that they didn't have much ammunition. So the Green Mountain Boys, he went up there and they were going to ambush the British. And there was a conflict between him, Benedict Arnold, and the commander of the Green Mountain Boys, who was really kind of a tough guy. And it almost caused like a conflict between them, but they worked it out. And they went in and without killing one person on either side, defeated the British at Fort Ticonderoga that night. So
They captured 60 plus cannons and all that.
really?
Yeah. Well, like it says right in front of you.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's, if you have an interest in history, it's amazing. Just like you just did. You type in something, some random, and you get a synopsis right in front of you in a matter of seconds.
Okay. I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to type a question, and I don't mean for this to be sensitive. I just want to use this as a way to illustrate other things you can do other than history. Tell me the name of one of those medications you're taking, either one.
Eligard. The one I remember. There's an I in it. I think it's ELI.
See, it knew exactly what it was. Let's see.
Now, I'm taking the second drug I'm taking, they complement one another, but you see the side effects and everything right there.
Right.
But it's the Leuprolide that's exactly what I'm taking.
I'm gonna type a question, but I'm not gonna submit it for an answer. But what's the name of the other drug?
Something. Let me spell it for you.
Okay.
If I get to it where I need to be. You ready?
Yep.
A, B as in boy, I-R-A, T as in Tom, E-R-O-N-E as in Ethan.
Okay. I'm not trying to be perfect on my typing. So it's probably going to respond to ask you what your vitamins and supplements are. Okay. Let me just add them. Okay. So I'm not going to dig into that because it's sort of sensitive, but after I end the meeting, you can look at it and see what you think and possibly follow up. But remember, I do have access to this account. So if there's ever anything that you want to ask ChatGPT that is sensitive, do it in your other account. Okay.
Okay. All righty. But everything, well, anyway, yeah, we need to end for today. But again, as always, thank you. And takes me a while, but I get there.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording in just a moment.